Good afternoon, it's time for Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Patterson. Today we'll join Here and Now reporter Joanne Magley for a segment about the largest plane ever to touch down at Daytona Beach Airport. Then it's over to health reporter Stephanie Strong for some safe swimming tips from the Volusia County Health Department. And finally, we'll join Community Information Director Dave Byron in the studio for a discussion with his guests, Paul Mitchell, a business specialist with the county's Division of Economic Development, and Connie Bernal, the site manager for the UCF Business Incubator at Daytona Beach International Airport. So, we'll hope you stick around for these segments, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. Lightning is a serious danger, and summer is the peak season for this sometimes deadly weather phenomenon. Florida is the lightning capital of North America, with an average of 1.4 million cloud-to-ground lightning strikes each year. Lightning is directly responsible for approximately 9 deaths and 60 injuries in Florida each year. Learning about lightning and its dangers and safety measures can greatly reduce your risk from being affected by lightning. You're much less likely to become a lightning victim if you remain indoors when thunderstorms are near. Most people struck by lightning are in open areas or they're out on the water. However, some people are killed or injured by lightning even though they may be indoors, so it's also important to understand indoor lightning safety. Ryan Williams, operations manager with Volusia County Emergency Management, said one common household item you should avoid is the telephone.
If you're at your home, of course, and you hear that first clap of thunder and you go ahead and go indoors, there's still a few precautions that you'd probably want to take. That would be, try to stay off the telephone if it's a hard line phone. Obviously, if it's not and it's just a cordless, you should be okay with that. Another thing is that lightning has been known to travel through the plumbing, so if it's lightning outside and you're in the shower, you might want to go ahead and postpone those activities until a little bit later.
A house or other substantial buildings offer the best protection from lightning. Stay inside during a storm, avoid contact with electrical equipment, and if you plan to unplug any equipment, do so well before the storm arrives. Avoid contact with plumbing and water. Stay away from windows and doors, and stay off of your porches. Stay away from your sheds and garages. Do not lie on concrete floors, and do not lean against concrete walls. For more lightning safety tips, visit volusia.org/emergency. Volusia County's popular Robert Strickland Shooting Range reopened last week following 11 weeks of renovations for safety enhancements. The county installed new baffles, an eyebrow mechanism on the berm that prevents stray bullets from escaping the range. The shooting range provides a valuable service to locals who want to sharpen their shooting skills or simply enjoy the sport of target shooting. More than 20,000 residents visited the Robert Strickland Shooting Range last year.
The shooting range attracts people of all backgrounds, including couples, retirees, hunters, veterans, and law enforcement officers. Safety is our primary concern. We have a strict safety policy, and our range master is always on duty to make sure they are followed to the letter. If you're planning to visit the shooting range, bring your own gun, ammunition, paper targets, eye and ear protection.
Any caliber handgun or rifle may be used except a .50 caliber BMG rifle. Shotguns and fully automatic weapons are also not permitted. The range provides a covered firing line for handguns at 7, 15, and 25 yards. High caliber rifles may be fired from 50 and 100 yards. The shooting range, which opened in 1970, was named after Robert Strickland, a former Volusia County Commissioner. It's at 1180 Indian Lake Road off of US 92 west of Daytona Beach. It's open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day but Monday. Daily passes are available for $10. Semi-annual passes are $70 and annual passes are $100. For more information about the Robert Strickland Shooting Range, you can call 386-226-0477 or you can visit volusia.org/parks. It's another climb for passenger traffic at Daytona Beach International Airport. Passenger traffic increased 12% during June compared with June of last year. During the month, more than 49,000 passengers flew in or out of the county-operated airport. This compares with the 44,687 passengers in June of 2011. For the 12 months ending June 30th, passenger traffic increased 8% from 523,749 passengers last year to 567,916 passengers this year. Steve Cook, Director of Business Development, said many factors contributed to the increase.
Well, I think the economy is turning around somewhat, and I think people are getting a little more anxious to go places. I think our business travel is doing very, very well. And, overall, I think it's just a natural upswing of an economy that was way, way down 2008, 2009, and even 2010. And now it's coming out of those doldrums and moving back up, and so we're very pleased about that.
During June, Delta filled 91% of available seats and U.S. Airways filled 98%. For more information about Daytona Beach International Airport, you can visit the website at flydaytonafirst.com. And if you'd like to stay connected on what's happening, you can like the airport's Facebook page at Facebook/FlyDaytonaFirst.
This is sea turtle nesting season. Sea turtles typically use the beach at night, so never shine lights on sea turtles' nests, hatchlings, or adult turtles. Ensure lights are not visible from the beach. While enjoying your night walk, use a red LED bulb or a red filtered light. Bright artificial lights can deter turtles from nesting or lead them away from the water. The beach belongs to everyone, including our sea turtles. Thank you for making it a safer place for everyone to enjoy.
The largest plane to ever land at Daytona Beach International Airport touched down with much fanfare recently. Here and Now reporter Joanne Magley has more on the legendary B52 bomber and what its visit meant to the crew and to our community.
The mission: to wow race fans before the start of the Coke 0400 at Daytona International Speedway. But the day before the NASCAR race, the commander and crew of this 1960 B-52 bomber plane made history at Daytona Beach International Airport. It's the largest plane to ever land here, and Major Heather Decker, a third-generation bomber pilot, brought it down.
We just appreciate the hospitality and letting us come in here. There's not a lot of airfields that'll let us come in because they know it's difficult, so we just appreciate it.
Difficult because the plane has a wingspan of 187 feet. The runway is 150 feet, and the tip gear on the wings is at 143 feet.
Because these wings are so big, we have to put the tip gear out, and that's usually right at the distance that they put all these lights. So a lot of runways don't like us to come because we dink, 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 take out lights and or signs, which get expensive.
Steve Cook, Director of Business Development at Daytona Beach International Airport, says his crew did a lot of planning and preparation for the B-52's arrival, even taking out a runway light and sign to avoid any mishaps.
We have a long runway here, 10,500 feet, and we have the pavements, surfaces, the taxiways that can support this kind of an aircraft.
While this plane is huge, there are only seats for 10 passengers. That's because the rest of the plane is used to hold fuel and bombs.
Though originally designed as a long-range nuclear bomber, the B-52 has seen far more action dropping conventional bombs over its lifetime. In addition to its service during Vietnam, the B-52 has seen combat over Iraq, Kosovo, and Afghanistan. Today, the aircraft is used for training and special events like the flyover for the NASCAR race.
It's actually pretty cool. We get to go take off and do air refueling. We did that this morning before we came here, so you're in close contact with another airplane. We got a little bit of gas and then proceeded here and maneuvered around all these lights, which is very exciting because, like I said, we have a 187 foot wingspan, and it's 150 foot wide as the runway, so not hitting anything is a challenge, but also we get to go drop bombs, so that's actually pretty exciting too.
For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Joanne Magley.
Florida leads the nation in the rate of drowning in children under the age of 5. Together, the Volusia County Health Department and the City of Daytona Beach are raising the awareness in this silent killer. Today, on Community Health Matters, Public Information Officer Stephanie Strong brings you safety tips and layers of protection to keep you and your family safe while swimming.
Olivia, can you roll over and get my hand? Come and get me. Little 2-year-old Olivia Bernal started taking water safety lessons at 11 months old and shows her swim instructor how she can float on her back in the water at Daytona Beach's premier swimming spot, the Cypress Aquatic Center. Swimming is a breeze for little Olivia and the other toddlers registered with Kathy Appel's infant aquatics class, who are here today to stress the importance of teaching a toddler how to swim. Unfortunately, not all toddlers know how to swim. Drowning is the leading cause of death among children ages 1 to 4 years old in Florida. Daytona Beach leaders are coming together to do something about that alarming statistic. In 2011, Volusia County had at least 8 reported toddler drownings. The Volusia County Drowning Prevention Task Force is raising awareness to the problem.
Together with the Volusia County Health Department and Daytona Beach's Fire Department, we're here today to raise awareness about precautions needed to ensure child safety, whether they're in pools, lakes, or the ocean.
Drowning is really a silent event in toddlers. Supervisors often assume they'll be thrashing and screaming and yelling for help. When toddlers drown, there's none of that. The kids just sink.
At the home, 2/3 of the drowning fatalities occur in the bathtub. It doesn't have to be even the bathtub, could be a 5-gallon bucket of water. So we recommend that any standing water source around your house be emptied as quickly after it's used as possible.
The YMCA has been teaching children in our community and adults to swim for over 50 years. Last year alone, we taught more than 2,400 children how to swim, and this year we're hoping to increase that impact by offering a new program at our YMCA for infant, called Infant Swimming Resource.
In Volusia County since 1996, Safe Kids has provided swimming scholarships to nearly 12,000 children between the ages of 2 to 16 years old to help prevent unintentional drownings. Participating pools include the City of Daytona Beach's Leisure Services, Volusia Flagler Family YMCA, and Daytona State College's Aquatic Center. Waterproof Florida, the Department of Health's drowning prevention campaign, recommends the following layers of protection. Supervision, the first and most crucial layer of protection. Supervision means someone is always actively watching when a child is in the pool. Barriers. A child should never be allowed to enter the pool area unaccompanied by a guardian. Barriers should physically block a child from the pool. And emergency preparedness. The moment a child stops breathing, there is a small, precious window of time in which resuscitation may be possible, but only if someone knows what to do.
My name is Gretchen, and this is my daughter Riley. She started swim last summer because in Florida it's 80% water with lakes, ponds, pools, the beach, anywhere you go, and the number one thing is infant survival.
For more information about drowning prevention, please visit waterprooffl.com, volusiahealth.com, or safekids.org. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Stephanie Strong, Public Information Officer for the Volusia County Health Department.
If you have any questions about this or any other health-related issues, you can log on to volusiahealth.com. So now let's head into the studio to join Community Information Director Dave Byron for his discussion with Paul Mitchell. He's a business specialist with the county's Division of Economic Development, and with Connie Bernal, the site manager for the UCF Business Incubator at Daytona Beach International Airport.
Well, thank you, Amber, and hi, everyone. You know, most communities dream of landing that big company that will come in and provide a couple thousand high-paying jobs. But you know, quite honestly, the odds of that happening are pretty low, especially in today's economy. An increasing number of communities are turning their economic development efforts to growing jobs by helping young, promising companies take that next step. This is where the county's UCF Business Incubator at Daytona Beach International Airport comes into play. The incubator is providing training and guidance to help client companies grow and prosper, thereby creating jobs and prosperity for the community. As the county's business incubator celebrates its first anniversary, we thought this would be a great time to find out how the facility is doing these days, and we're very pleased to have with us in the studio Paul Mitchell. He's a business specialist with the county's Economic Development Division, and Connie Bernal. She's the site manager for the UCF Business Incubator at Daytona Beach International Airport. Connie, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, actually.
And Paul, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Dave. Good to be back.
Hey, Connie, for those people that are not familiar with the concept of a business incubator, give us kind of a layman's description of what this is.
Well, an incubator is a smart place to start a company. We facilitate resources so clients can use those resources so they will start the company and grow and be successful during that venture.
And the companies that typically are accepted into an incubator, and we'll talk about how they get accepted later, but these are companies I think that are already in business and have the potential to grow. I mean, they've already taken that first step, and I think you're trying to get them to step 2 or step 3. Is that right?
No, actually we see both of those companies that have just an idea, but it has to be a feasible idea. And we are taking clients that have an existing company, but those companies are in the steady point. They have no growth that the way they want it. So we take their products and their ideas and we help them with things they didn't have before. So that's make the company successful in the future. So we see both.
And of course, this incubator is connected with the University of Central Florida, which, Connie, as I understand it, is a national leader in these business incubators, and you've got several.
Yes, actually we have now 10 incubators around Central Florida. The last one was opened in Apopka. So it was 3 months ago when we opened that incubator, and it's doing great as well. Our incubator here in Daytona was the 9th incubator, and we're doing great too.
And the best, I'm sure. You don't have to answer that.
Of course, it's the best.
Hey, Paul, as I understand it, the county council you know, has committed $2 million to this incubator project, you know, for the capital to get the facility ready, and then of course some operating expenses. And I guess you would categorize this as an economic development expenditure, the idea being let's create some jobs here.
Absolutely. County Council has committed to it for 3 years, and it's already paying dividends in the community. We've already seen 20 jobs created by the companies that have been in the incubator system so far.
And you know, in talking to people like yourself, these incubators and this whole notion of economic gardening, growing your own companies and jobs and so forth, is really something that more and more economic development organizations are doing countrywide. It seems to be, I guess you don't get the huge number of jobs right at the beginning, but it seems to be a very good way to create solid jobs.
Studies have proven time and time again that the businesses that go through incubator process are successful over 80% of the time.
And that's, of course, where Connie comes in and does a really good job of screening the companies to make sure that they're a good fit for the incubator. Hey, Connie, let's talk about, you know, the 1-year anniversary of the UCF incubator at Daytona Beach International Airport. My understanding is this facility has taken off like gangbusters, and you've got a good number of clients over there now.
Yes, actually, we are fortunate to have 11 clients right now. We have interviewed 50 companies. And we have accepted 15. 11 are already clients, and 4 more companies are going to take the next class that is going to start in July 17. And the 1-year celebration actually is an occasion to celebrate the entrepreneur spirit here in Volusia County.
Right. I don't know what the expectation was. I guess we'd have to talk to the individual council members or maybe you, Paul. But as I recall in talking with Gordon Hogan originally about this, I think the capacity for the incubator was something like 20 clients. Is that right? I mean, at one time?
Yeah, actually, we have 21 offices.
Okay.
And we usually want to have 80% occupancy. So
right.
clients can have opportunity to expand. We don't
right.
want to rent the 21 offices we have, but 15.
Right.
So the idea at the beginning was, okay, you have 3 years. I want you to bring 15 companies to this incubator and make them successful.
Right.
So it's been a year, and we already have 11 companies, and 4 more companies are going to take the class. So this has been an amazing experience, not only for the business community, but for UCF Business Incubator and for the whole system. Actually,
right.
It's been very successful.
Well, as you say, here we are celebrating our first anniversary at the incubator, and you've got 11 clients right now. And you said something like, you'd like to have 15, 16 at any one. It sounds like this thing really took off pretty quickly.
Yes, actually, yes, it did. And the reason why this incubator has been very successful is because there was a mix. First, it was a lot of anticipation that Volusia County and Volusia County Economic Development create when they were developing the incubator.
Right.
I believe it was 2 years before we opened, and the excitement was already there.
Right.
And then once we opened, we have a lot of companies approaching us. I want to be part of the incubator because they saw a value. Second, it was a need. The county had that need. I used to see entrepreneurs 4 years before being the site manager, and I couldn't help the entrepreneurs when they were in that stage of the business that they need intellectual property attorneys, they need investors, they need venture capitalists. I was referring these clients to Jacksonville, to Orlando, to Tampa. So we were losing our entrepreneurs.
Right.
Now we are not losing them anymore. We are keeping them here, and they're going to be very successful in the future.
Give us a sample of some of the training and guidance that they get. I mean, what do they go through?
Well, at the beginning, they have to just go to our website and see what we do. So if they see we can help, they come to my office. We have a general meeting. I kind of see what they have, and I see if their ideas are feasible.
Right.
And if I see that the idea is very feasible and is a high growth company in the future, we have a general meeting with Gordon Hogan, who is the director of the UCF Business Incubator.
Right.
Then they will take a class. The class is in Orlando. Is 2 sessions every week from 6 to 9.
Right.
And in that class, they have the opportunity to learn about how to do their business pitch, how to sell their ideas to investors and venture capitalists. They will make a lot of connections. Because one of the research we have that is huge is the connectivity. We are talking about 10 incubator around Central Florida.
Right.
So we have now 130 companies around Central Florida. So Volusia County entrepreneurs have opportunity to pitch to almost 200 people, 300 people once we are all together. And that is an opportunity for this entrepreneur to sell his product.
Unbelievable, yeah.
And besides that, the whole network.
Right.
Another research we have is the Venture Lab at UCF. It's a group of professionals, PhDs, MBAs that will help the entrepreneur to develop a market research. They have very good databases so the entrepreneur can know more about the competitors, market, outside, overseas markets, and stuff like that. We have a lot of resources here in Volusia County business community.
Unbelievable.
That is an amazing resource we have, and they've been very, very, very helpful, helping all the entrepreneurs. It is amazing. You know,
I can tell you're excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Yes.
Paul, obviously, with this thing getting off the ground so quickly at Daytona Beach International Airport, you know, is there any thought at the county council level that maybe there'll be more incubators in Volusia County?
I'm not exactly sure what county council is thinking, but the idea for economic development is to assess what possibilities are out there for other locations, satellite incubators, that may be a fit for whatever community has that need. And we do have a study that's out right now on the streets. We're looking for proposals, and we'll probably in the next couple of months we'll look to see what those responses look like, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, this has been a terrific economic development success story. Again, the county council put up a couple $1 million. And it sounds like these seeds are growing pretty quickly. I want to thank both of you for sharing the information. Connie Bernal with the UCF Incubator at Daytona Beach International Airport. Connie, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And Paul Mitchell, a business specialist with the county's Economic Development Division. Paul, thanks for being with us.
As always, you're welcome. Thanks, Dave.
And with that, Amber, we'll go back to you.
Thanks, Dave. And before we end today's program, a quick reminder if you want to learn more about the UCF Business Incubator. They'll be holding an open house on Friday, July 27th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at 601 Innovation Way in Daytona Beach. And for more information, you can call 386-872-3100. We'd like to thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about our program, you can give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org. You can also watch the show online. Just go to volusia.org and click on the Volusia Magazine icon. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today, Volusia County Government's public information radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. And finally, we'd like to invite you to the next Volusia County Council meeting, which is scheduled for Thursday, July 26th at 9 a.m. in the County Council Chambers in DeLand. Public participation is welcome. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a great evening.